Match Day on KFJB-TV is presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you develop strategies for pursuing your financial goals. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, quality furniture for every room in your home. Scouting America, Adventure On. The Marshalltown School District, embrace the lead. Scooters of Marshalltown, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown, let them deliver for you. Your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, let's get shopping your way. And State Farm, Tyler Pashong Agency, mtownproud.com.
Dropped in the end zone. It's Niehaus. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom. Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over the first. It's a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes. There he goes.
Your home for the Bobcats. KFJB-TV.
Leonard Coldfield plays host to the Highway 30 rivalry. The Marshalltown Bobcats play host to the Ames Little Cyclones tonight. It is match night on KFJB-TV. A shot coming here. That's a goal. And Zambrano fired up. Welcome back to Leonard Coldfield. I'm Brandon Lewis. Dylan Dones alongside me on our match day. It doesn't get much better than this. The Bobcats and the Little Cyclones tonight. Dylan, this is one where the Ames Little Cyclones have won 4 in a row. They lead the all-time series 10-3 since 2011. But the Bobcats in much better form this year, off to a 3-3 start. 3 really tight losses in a row to very good opponents, only by 1 goal.
Yeah, it came down to Bobcats made a couple mental mistakes, specifically in that Lincoln game, giving up a really unneeded goal late, losing 2-1. It comes down to those little things, those execution. It always seems when you're getting better and better, there's that point where you just can't quite get over the hump. You need that big victory, and tonight would be the definition of a big victory over the 5-0 Little Cyclones from Ames.
A little dreary, but the rain has moved out. We're cloudy and cool. A good match day to have here at the home turf for the Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll talk to the head man, Scott Johannes, when we continue along with our match day coverage on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome back into our match day coverage at home tonight at Leonard Coldfield as the
Highway 30 rivalry tonight. Welcome in Scott Johannes, head coach for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Coach, coming into this one, a big match for your squad. Ames is rolling right now. They're 5-0 on the season. What, kind of looking at tape, kind of looking at them, what really stands out about the team that they bring back from a very solid team a year ago that nearly made it state?
Yeah, they look like what they normally do. A good team, solid team, possession. So that's what we're expecting, and they play a lot like us, possession the ball through the middle, strong defense, and take their shots. So
yeah, your team coming off 3 straight losses against 3 very good opponents, some measuring stick games, and your team has been right in there with it. A 1-goal game in all 3 of those. Yeah. How do you kind of turn the tide here tonight for your squad?
We want to do that little bit that we need to do to just to turn that over, and so that's what we're looking forward to tonight is getting that done and pulling that trigger and getting a W.
Yeah. A year ago, some of those games were maybe a 3-0 or a 4-0 loss. Yeah. Now you're getting there, right there with those teams. What's that say about the improvement year over year?
The guys just sticking with it, we've brought up some guys and just 2 guys that joined the squad this year that just really are stepping up. So we got some good youth. We've got some good senior leadership as well. So it's a good mix of guys.
Yeah, which is also leading to goals. You're 4th in 4A right now with 20 goals. Being able to score effectively, it's one thing to go out there, execute, get the passing lanes, all that kind of stuff, but to put it in net, what do you think that they're doing real well to be able to accomplish that?
I think playing together. I mean, you'll see our guys unselfishly pass the ball, rather than trying to beat that defender by themselves, they'll pass it off. And then, of course, we got the challenge of a couple guys that are trying to outscore each other, so that helps.
Yeah. Plus, your in-goal play has been much better this year. The save percentage is way up from a year ago. Yeah. When you look at Jonathan Nunez in goal, his job that he's done, he's looked cool, calm, and collected out there for a junior, really getting some his first meaningful varsity minutes.
Oh, absolutely. And he is just I don't know what shakes the kid. I mean, it's like, we did see him frustrated. He went out at the end of the Newton game, and he was kind of all over the place after that collision he had with the carpet. But he wanted to get back in and play. He didn't want to miss out, and then we set him precaution to make sure that everything was okay. And he was never even rattled during that. He kept saying, "Hey, I can play." It's like we want to pause you, and for that, because we knew what he would bring to us when he was able to come back. So, and when you're seeing what we thought. So.
Yeah, for sure. A guy like Luis Monghay did not play last year. Johan Gomez wasn't there. What do those couple of guys really bring? It seems like their physicality stands out the most.
That is it. And Luis has been hungry. We're just hoping that he gets a complete season because he's been with us really since his freshman year. And, he sat out completely last year trying to heal some hamstring issues. And so he's just been, he's wanting that, he wants that senior year, to finish strong. So, yeah. Yeah.
On a night like tonight, a little dreary, we had a little mist. Does that play into the game plan or not really?
Not really, but, the guys will need to be aware that the turf is wet, so it'll be a little bit slippery, but they should be all right. So, and it's perfect weather for these guys. For the fans, we kind of, it's not comfortable, but for these guys to be running and, 50-degree weather is really perfect.
Yeah. Getting Ames at home tonight. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, that is Scott Johannes, head man for the Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll take a look at the starting 11 for the Little Cyclones and the Bobcats when we come back right here on Match Day on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Ames Little Cyclones, Marshalltown Bobcats getting warmed up for tonight's match here at Leonard Cole Field. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me. Zach Tomash, our producer, as Joe Cornwell and Keith Stewart on camera work here tonight. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to KFJB-TV. Turn on those notifications to get the upcoming game alerts. We take a look at head man Scott Johannes for the Marshalltown Bobcats as he gets his team prepared to do battle here tonight. Scott, such a great interview. Good guy. Really's got this program headed in the right direction.
And you talked about it right there, is the ability to score goals this season. I think tonight that's really what it's going to come down to. Fourth rated with 20 goals on the season. Ames, on the other hand, only given up 10 shots on goal, resulting in 0 goals.
Yeah.
That, to me,
Yeah.
Bobcats have 58 shots on goal. Can they get opportunities? Because that's going to be a big one. But, you know, listening to Scott Johannes and just the growth they've made, tonight may be a night that the Bobcats can get a couple in the net.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, let's get to tonight's starting lineups. All brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver the starting lineups. First off, for Ryan McGowan and the Ames Little Cyclones, standing at a mark of 5-0 overall. They're 2-0 in the Iowa Alliance Conference. The defensive back line here tonight will look like this. In goal, it'll be Finley DeLisi. 10 saves, as Dylan alluded to. 0 goals, 275 minutes. He's been in goal for all but 15 minutes this year for that back defensive line, as Reddy, Viatori, and Stevens, Galtz in the defensive line. All right, the midfield for the Ames Little Cyclones here tonight looks like this. They'll go Lynch, Benba, and Meyer. As you look at Benba there in the middle, he has scored 2 goals and 2 assists in that midfield position of his. And up top in the forward for Ames Little Cyclones, Sigurdsson will be who we'll keep our eye on tonight. Ethan Sigurdsson, 5 goals, 2 assists. He is a senior coming back from that team that lost to Dowling to get to state last year.
Yeah, Sigurdsson has those 5 goals this year. And you mentioned they're 2-0 in the Alliance. They're 2-0 in the CIML as well, as these are victories against high-caliber teams. This is a very good Ames Little Cyclone team.
Kuva and Moon round out the forwards for the Marshalltown Bobcats. On the defensive side, in goal tonight, number 171. We couldn't get all the numbers in there, but Jonathan Nunez, number 4 in 4A with 36 saves. 84% save percentage. A year ago, this was a team that only averaged 67% save percentage, so that is a huge, much-needed improvement.
If you can make up for some mistakes that happen as a goalkeeper, if you can get a couple ones that you keep in play, otherwise that will change the trajectory of this. I think Nunez is going to have 2 or 3 of those type blocks here tonight.
Ordaz has been really good in the middle of that defensive line. Ordaz, that is. Moraz as well. Johan Gomez, Luis Monghay round out the defensive line. Midfield in the 4-3-3 defense, Carter Bell, Joel Ortiz, Aaron Zambrano. He is the man who controls the match. 2 goals, 7 shots on goal this year, a couple of assists. And then up in the striker and forward positions, it'll be the freshman Mishek, who has a goal on the season. Andres Zambrano, the younger brother of Aaron Zambrano, and Rafa Ortiz, who's tied for the lead in goals on the team this year with Aaron Ordaz Zambrano at 4 apiece. That is our starting lineups here tonight, all brought to you again by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. We'll step aside for the national anthem kickoff on match day between the Bobcats and the Cyclones. Coming up next, right here on your home for the Marshalltown Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
.62, Coach. 62. First out. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Chilly nights, but perfect for both 11 on each side of the ball here tonight. As our weather at kickoff, 51 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 10, gusting to 15. But a perfect night for those running around tonight is see Jonathan Nunez, who will be in goal tonight. We're in the dark blue. The Bobcats will be in their blue tops, red bottoms. Ames, the traveling whites, here tonight as we get going. Couldn't ask for a much better start to the Easter weekend than the Highway 30 rivalry.
It's always a good one. Bobcats, not in basketball this year, but in other sports. Football took them down. Wrestling took them down. There's been more success, I think, by the Bobcats versus Ames this year. See if we can keep that going here with guys soccer right before us here on Good Friday. I made a mention on social media today. Thank goodness for press boxes.
Yeah.
Both of our videographers here tonight had a crying emoji on it. I was like, so Keith and Joe, I apologize for my flippancy and knowing you're out there in the cold to give us great shots here tonight.
Luis Monge will be at midfield for kickoff as the Bobcats will control possession. Both goalies have taken their places as well as the ARs. Our referee getting ready to give the indication that we are underway in the Highway 30 rivalry. So great to have you along tonight. I'm Brandon Lewis. Dylan Does alongside me. And we are underway as a pass back to Aaron Zambrano to get things going. Andre Zambrano, the younger brother, now to Carter Bell and back to Zambrano. As we'll see Johan Gomez along the far side wing. Now the winger up there, a good touch by Joel Ortiz. Sprinting Carter Bell, the intended target, but it was kicked out of bounds, out of play on that touchline, and it will be a throw-in for the Cats.
And so far in the 5-0 Ames season, 3-3 Marshalltown season, they do have one common opponent. They both beat Fort Dodge. Ames beat them 10-0. Bobcats beat Fort Dodge 4-0.
Seems like the Bobcats always play, and a ball inside the box, and a save. And a good one by DeLisi. And he'll get this one away momentarily as the Bobcats trying to make some noise early on here. That'll be the interesting aspect because what I've seen so far out of the Bobcats, very physical. Well, the Ames Little Cyclones, which I know they are physical in their own nature, but a good takeaway and a turnover here for the Bobcats. How will that physicality play out through all 80 minutes tonight?
And those are the things. Can it create mismatches for the Bobcats, and can they execute on the top side? But you talk about just size. You look at Johan Gomez, state-level wrestler along with an incredible defensive end at 6'4", about 230. That's a big guy on the back end of the defense.
Bell clears all the way nearly into the stands, allowing the defense to get back in position here. As Sigurdsson takes the throw-in near the edge of the box and kicked out as Ordaz clears.
You look at Carter Bell out there. He's one of those spring two-sport athletes. I saw him run at Urbandale last night.
Staying busy this time of year.
Yeah, yes. I guess you don't get enough running.
Well, the throw-in illegal, and it will be a throw-in for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Quickly taken by Mishek. And on the throw-in, skied into the night. And our head referee will slow things down here momentarily. And it looks like maybe something wrong with Mishek here. Maybe some blood early on. Not sure. We do have a substitution. Mishek going to the bench.
Great.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a great
he did not have a shin guard on the left leg. So
that feels
good spot by the referee right there.
That feels like you would know, just putting your equipment on.
Yeah, Isaac Chavarria is going to replace him momentarily. Is making the clean save. Jonathan Nunez as he will kick this one away towards midfield. A good leg for the keeper for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Johan Gomez forcing the turnover right there up to Luis Monge. Joel Ortiz ahead to his brother Rafa Ortiz. Bounces around. Here's Andres Zambrano. Oh, a good move around. Gets it back to his older brother. And a long-range kick. We'll see if anybody comes up with it. Bounce around, and Ames wins it back momentarily. Ooh. Thought there was something magic working right there, but a bad bounce, and Ames will counter.
You like the pressure that the Bobcats are putting on the Ames defense, but have not gotten a clear shot on goal yet.
Benba loses it, a throw-in for the Cats. It's been a good pace so far early on here.
Yeah, I've really liked that the Bobcats have not sat back on their heels. Nice little heel kick there. I don't know.
That's the inner kicker in Luis Monge. A kicker on the football field and on the football field.
That's right. Well played. It's out there. You get two guys that can hit field goals from 45 yards plus on the Bobcats.
You love the leg strength, that's for sure. Well, that was the one thing about last year. Luis Monge missed the Lincoln game, and your backup kicker could come in and do just as good of a job.
Yeah.
Ball into the box is off the mark as Ames tries to track it down, and it will be a goal kick to come.
Yeah, you talk about the pace. It really is nice, and you look at the Bobcats, great spacing, really going with intent with it. It feels like, though, with Ames only giving up 10 shots on goal this year, you're not going to get a ton of opportunities in plus zone, so you need to make and take advantage of the opportunities given.
Well, and that's exactly what the Cats have done this year. Fourth best in 4A in scoring with 20 goals so far on the young season. 20 goals in 6 games.
That's a really good amount, and you look at the other side of the field. They've played well defensively. It's just been goals right near the second half, end of games. We talked about it in the opening. 3 losses in the last 3 matches, all by 1 goal.
King Carter Bell makes some noise. Oh, he got a foot on it. Now he's going to take a shot. It's off the mark. Luis Monge sails it through the uprights. That was the opportunity the Bobcats were looking for.
That was right there. Had a bow on it. Said, "Happy birthday, Luis," and he just kicked it through the uprights. Forgot if it was football or football. As you said, it was worth 3 in the fall, worth 0 tonight.
I'm sure if we get a close-up, his eyes lit up like the 4th of July right there, because that was a tremendous opportunity with the keeper on the turf. Really like Jesus Ordaz in the middle of that defense as he gets it up to Andres Zambrano. Now to Aaron Zambrano, older brother on the coaching staff for the Bobcats this year. His older brother played at Simpson. Joel Ortiz, the header. Andres Zambrano beat out. Carter Bell finds Zambrano. One thing about Carter Bell, he is kind of the Energizer Bunny of this Cat team. I mean, he rarely tires out.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he was running the 800 last night.
Maybe tonight he will a little bit.
Yeah, I think a kid that's a multi-sport athlete, and both of them you're running all the time. Has got some.
Yohan Gomez streaking down the far side. Joel Ortiz with a good touch. He's going to lose it. A good takeaway right there by Kuva. Charging is Stevens. Stevens gets ahead on the edge of the box. The crosser is off the mark, and a good defensive clear by Ordaz.
Yeah, good thing Ordaz was there because it came right up the sideline. You could see he had a great look at it, but Ordaz was able to kick it out of bounds and give the Bobcats another chance.
So a corner kick from the far side. Ethan Sigurdsson will take this corner.
He leads Ames in goals. He's got 5 on the year.
Ball is up, and at the top of the penalty box. A shot taken and a good clear right there in the middle of things. A little bicycle kick for the entertainment value here tonight. Andres Zambrano with a penalty and a free kick to come. Andres Zambrano letting it know that maybe he might have a few inches under the defender right there, but he's not going to let him just push him around.
It looked like one of the old Rockets of Zach Tomish fame, James Harden, when he was trying to get a call, flopping around, looked like a 24-inch bass on the ground there, flopping a little bit.
Sigurdsson with the free kick. It was well over goal, and a goal kick to come.
He definitely grabbed him, but I felt the second flop to the ground was a little bit of acting.
Ball up towards midfield. Deflected off the head of Rafa Ortiz. Zambrano turns it over. A slide tackle, a good play, but I believe Chavarria, a play on. Rafa Ortiz to Luis Monge to Zambrano. Zambrano ahead. Can Rafa get there? No. And back to the keeper in Delisi.
They had an opportunity. It looked like Ortiz was waiting for the pass, and it didn't come his way.
Connor Bell. Zambrano.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a bump from Zambrano and a free kick. Nothing egregious right there.
No, you could tell the Ames player had just gotten a little bit ahead of him. Could not get back in front of him.
Sigurdsson, as his long-range kick headed out of the box. Now up to Rafa Ortiz. Can he keep it in on the touchline? It is out. A throw-in to come for the Cyclones. Taking a look at that little bump in the side right there. We'll back in that free kick. We are 10 minutes through our match here tonight. Ball deep in the box, and it will sneak out a goal kick.
You really look, these teams seem pretty evenly matched. So you think of the Bobcats 3-3, Ames 5-0. It just shows you what a razor's edge that is of what could have happened over these last three matches.
Ball looks to work its way out on the touchline. It will be a throw-in as Bobcats will have Isaac Chavarria throw this one in.
You look by Ames. Ames is not afraid to play physical as well. You see Will Stevens out there did a nice job of boxing out the much larger Luis Monge.
Luis Monge boots it ahead. Ames will clear. Oh, that one, it will be out. So a throw-in to come.
A lot of action. We're only 11 minutes into this contest, and it's been a lot of up and down, back and forth.
Carter Bell throws in to the edge of the box. Ames will clear. Ordaz keeps it in the attacking half. Momentarily. I don't think either squad affected by the weather tonight as you hear that little bit of a breeze. Pass just too far for Monge from Rafa Ortiz. Andre Zambrano all over the pitch here tonight. Loses this one, a throw-in. And a substitution as Keenan Taintor will check into the match, replacing Elio Viatori. Taintor checking into the match. 2 goals, 3 assists for the senior forward.
Yeah, they are Ames. I think it was on Zachary Kuva that was yanking back on the Bobcat.
On the penalty right there, but free kick to come here for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Jesus Ordaz up to the front line, and can Zambrano win it back? No, and a penalty on Zambrano.
That whistle is active tonight.
It is. Our head referee looks like he spent a few summers in Ireland.
He does have that vibe to it.
Yes.
He knows a few pub songs, is what you're trying to say.
He's not going to take anything that's...
Yeah, he's not taking any guff.
No, that is for sure. And a ball slips through, intended for Tintor, and there's that last penalty on Zambrano.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Well, we got a little hug. Yeah. It is Good Friday after all. It's a nice day to be friendly.
It's also WrestleMania weekend. I think that was the $1 Million Dream from Ted DiBiase back in '89.
I have no clue what you just said. I'm sorry.
I know.
That wasn't my thing when I was growing up. But I tell you what I did love, the XFL, which was basically created by Vince McMahon.
Yep.
And
you know, one of the interesting things is...
This ball into the box right here to Rafa Ortiz at the penalty arc. A shot. Zambrano finds his teammate in the back of the legs of Rafa Ortiz. Anyway, you were saying...
It was the end of, even though the...
a ball through, misplayed. Kuva, a one-on-one. Good block, a huge save by Nunez. A corner to come for Ames.
And that's one of those 3 blocks that we talked about. He had to get 3 of those that could have been 50-50 balls. There's number 1. A great job.
Here is that ball misplayed by Ordaz, and Kuva try to go far side.
Just to quickly put a button on the XFL, is 1 year in there, but the NFL actually took a ton of the way they shot
the
things.
Cameras,
the camera
all that
angle,
kind of stuff, yeah.
The great documentary on it.
And the crosser on the corner kick, a little bit too hot to handle right there for Ames, and so it will be a goal kick to come. And Sigurdsson was trying on the backside. I believe that was Tintor who was, yes it was, Tintor in the area to try to score. A throw-in to come. There we see the shifty moves of Scott Johannes, the head coach, getting that one back to Isaac Chavaria, the senior. Bobcats went 4-3-3 tonight. But it's looking more like a 3-4-3 because we've seen a lot of action at the midfield, and namely just 3 defenders on that back line as Chavaria as well as Ordaz and Mraz. But have done well to get back. Tintor taking a shot well off the mark.
And, you know, I think that comes from, you're going to have to put pressure you're going to have to get something on the board because Ames will not just give up gimme goals. They've not given up a goal all year long.
And a penalty to come here as taking the header was Isaac Chavaria. And I believe that the Ames player in number 6.
Elio Viatori.
Yeah.
And that kind of just seemed wrong place,
Actually,
wrong time.
Keenan Tintor was the one who picked up the penalty there. Hard collision, as I don't think he saw Chavaria coming ahead. So a free kick to come here for Jesus Ordaz. Oh, good play for Zambrano to keep possession. Trying to find Joel Ortiz, but a pass just a touch hard. Carter Bell tracking down.
Nice job.
Yeah, great job to try to win back possession there. I believe it will be a throw-in for the Little Cyclones. It will be.
And you talked a lot about Andre Zambrano just being fun to watch and doing a really nice job for the Bobcats. It's just kind of the quarterbacking it all. He's been really good tonight so far.
On the edge of the box, Tintor looking for a crosser. He'll try. Deflected as it hit off of Chavaria. Nunez comes up with it.
Ames with 3 shots on goal here in the last couple minutes.
Team's kind of settling in as we approach the halfway point of this first.
Seemed those first 5 minutes of Bobcats were
Yeah.
in that attacking third, and Ames over the last 10 minutes has really flipped the script so far. Still no goals, though, in a 0-0 ball game.
Rafa Ortiz. He's got a winger. It's Zambrano shifting over to the near side. A ball into the box. Can Rafa Ortiz get there? He waits on it. And that ball just bouncing around in the wrong location. Carter Bell will send it in again. Deflected to Monghay, near side. Oh, a good touch back to himself. Settles the ball. Looking. Oh, deflected as it hits off of Reddy on the defensive line.
One thing with Monghay, he's really adept with both feet.
Yeah, he really is. He could kick left and right on the football field as well. He actually, I believe 2 years ago, got a little injured, so he was kicking with the alternate foot. Nunez, no worry there.
Yeah, he's got
Zambrano sends it to the opposite wing. That was a good pass, but a little bit hot to handle for Joel Ortiz. Joel Ortiz with the deflection, a deep throw in for the defensive line for Ames.
I've always wondered in this shot if someone was on their back porch, just hanging out,
waving with
Yes,
signs. Yes.
It also feels like the world's dumbest criminals, when they do something. If somebody's trying to do anything nefarious back there and they're just caught on KFJB-TV.
Yeah. Bobcats trying to clear. Nunez way out. And the ball back. Oh, yes. The official will disallow it. He was on the ground. I believe a little bit of contact made with the keeper. And that is why that was called off. It will be a free kick to come for the Bobcats.
And that's the second time back-to-back that they've contacted the keeper. First time, nothing called. Good thing it was this time. That's a needed save number 2 right there.
Back in the attacking third is Ames. Taintor. Oh, a tackle and a penalty will come, and this will be a free kick from just outside the penalty box. And it will be a yellow card issued to Isaac Chavaria. And getting ready to check back in was Gavin Mishek, who was replaced by Chavaria regardless. And so we will have the substitution a little bit earlier than anticipated as Chavaria with the yellow card. The senior will head to the bench.
Yeah, this last 12 minutes by Ames, they've kind of flipped the script and grabbed a hold of the momentum.
Zambrana Ortiz out there defensively in line of Sigurdsson, who will take the free kick. No, they'll transition. Sent in and sneaking it in. The goal is going to come for Evan Moon. 2 goals a year ago against the Bobcats. Is his first goal of the season, and he finds it against the Bobcats in the Highway 30 rivalry.
That one, a little deke play, and he split the defenders and curled it in right on the bottom right of the goal. You see that just splits both defenders, hooks it right between the two.
Yeah, Rafa Ortiz definitely got deked right there.
You could kind of feel that one coming over the last 5-6 minutes. Multiple shots on goal.
And a good tackle by Johan Gomez. So in our 21st minutes here tonight, 1-0. A goal kick here for the Bobcats. Segovia checked in a moment ago.
Really good, aggressive play there by Viatori. Or no, Taintor.
Kuva ahead for Taintor. Taintor sticks with it. And the Bobcats win it back momentarily. Trouble at the top of the penalty arc. Zambrano will totally clear this back down to the other end. Rafa Ortiz chasing, as well as the defensive line as Christian Galt gets to it first. Back up to Ethan Sigurdsson. Slips past Zambrano. A good pass to Kuva. Back towards middle. And a huge save. Nunez bats it away.
He's been electric back there. Yes, he's given up one goal, but my goodness, has he made some big plays on the back end for the Bobcats.
He has been excellent in goal tonight. Take a look at that crosser from Kuva, setting up the opportunity for Taintor. The corner kick to come. The header over the crossbar and a goal kick to come. And a substitution. Ari Herrera is into our match for the Marshalltown Bobcats. He will replace Rafa Ortiz. Ari Herrera in our first match day against the Newton Cardinals played a little bit more on that defensive line, but he will be moved up at striker.
You see that great save by Nunez once again, able to keep it 1-0 Ames Little Cyclones.
Penalty on Ames, a free kick to come at near midfield. And it will be Zambrano to take it. And he'll give it up to Jesus Ordaz.
Bobcats have had a couple really good opportunities. Monhe.
Long strike. Is that one coming from 35 yards out from goal? A long one right there for Aaron Zambrano, but too high as we are approaching 25 minutes into our match. Giovanni Mendoza has also checked in. Ari Herrera. I think that one.
It should be Bobcats.
I thought it was off of Reddy.
Huh.
Looked like Shrikar Reddy was the one who touched that one last, but the assistant referee on the near side ruled that it was a little Cyclone possession. Nunez will just roll this one out to his teammate in Edgar Moraz. Looking ahead. Armando Estrada trying to fight back for possession. And Ames will keep it. And this ball sailed right into the Ames bench. A missed touch by Galt.
Looking to see if the Bobcats can flip this field and get into that attacking half, because right now Ames has just been able to, and it's going to go back to Ames here. Ames has just been a couple passes, and then they seem to be on the run to get another good shot on goal.
Job by Zambrano to cut down that passing lane. Throw in, though, to come for Ames. I believe that last penalty was on Segovia. Ari Herrera whiffs. Sigurdsson ahead. And on one hop, Nunez plays it.
Ames little Cyclone bench definitely letting the Bobcats hear it as we see a slip on the backside.
Not a deep bench, but definitely one that is loud.
Yeah.
Here, Ari
Yeah.
Herrera will pick up a penalty on the push from behind.
Our very own producer, Zach Tomish, said that's what he looked like actually getting his lifeguard license the other day. He tried to pull a guy out of a pool and landed right on his backside. Just same thing right there as Herrera.
The free kick well off the mark by Sigurdsson. Ames has to track back.
Ames's passing has been really crisp here tonight. You can see why they're 5-0.
Segovia ahead to Mendoza, but out of reach for him. Galt powers it ahead. Ordaz settled the attack for a moment. Deflected, and Nunez comes up with it. Great job defensively for the Bobcats as Ordaz was the first to shut down that attack, and defenders Edgar Moraz, I believe, came in late and helped deflect that one.
Yeah, I think it was Mishik actually on that.
Okay.
Was able to get that, but yeah, made it a pretty easy save for Nunez there.
Zambrano going ahead for Mishek, but it was off the mark. Ari Herrera misses on this one. This one should be a kickoff of Sigurdsson, and it will be, and a throw-in to come.
Sigurdsson tried to get there to throw it in, but quickly saw the flag pointing the other way.
Take a look at that shot from our very own Keith Stewart as Gavin Mishek will throw in on the edge of the box, and it's cleared out of there. Boy, that's one thing. Anytime you feel like you have something going, Ames is there to clear. And the ball ahead. Can Ordaz check back up and get in play? Taintor crosser, it's off the mark. Luckily it was, because that was trouble. Gomez wins back possession, maybe a little bit of an acting job. And I think our head referee will opt for just a penalty.
It's just, any contact, just flopping.
He keeps giving that, tampering down motion for emotions here tonight.
Yeah. Well, it is the Highway 30 rivalry. But you look at this, it seems here in the last 20 minutes, Ames, it just takes a long pass up the sidelines, and they quickly get into attack mode and get a good shot. So far, Nunez has been able to turn them away on numerous occasions.
Evan Moon struck in the 21st minute on a free kick. Now a free kick to come here. This one a hard line try, but it was over the goal. It hits off the football crossbar. And 30 minutes into our match, we remain 1-0. Cyclones leading the Bobcats. Little Cyclones, that is, Dylan.
Yeah, they're not even a category F1. They're an F0. They're a little Cyclone. That's some meteorology humor for you.
That's still about 90-mile-per-hour winds, though,
Dylan.
It
still can do damage.
Yeah. And they have done damage, unfortunately, on the scoreboard early on.
It can ruin your weekend.
It could. Well, they had big tornadoes down in southwest Iowa last night.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that and spawned a couple of them.
Wedge tornado down there. Oh, wow, going for the backside crossbar, or the backside bar. Ames just a touch off the mark. Nunez mistimed his dive. And luckily, it was off the mark. Aiden Bell is going to check into our match. Back in is Rafa Ortiz as well as Luis Monge. This is a group that did a pretty good amount of putting some pressure on early here tonight. Joel Ortiz is going to check out as well as Giovanni Mendoza. And also getting the start tonight was Johan Gomez. He is going to take a breather.
And that's what I was going to say. It seemed that first run outside of Gomez now coming out had the most pressure on the little Cyclones, had them on their heels the most. It's the second team has allowed more pressure by Ames getting into the attacking third and getting quite a few shots on goal.
Evan Moon feeling lucky, ripping that one off from way out from goal. It was sailed high. This is one of those matches where you feel like if you can just get maybe one ball through and Rafa Ortiz can maybe catch up to it in time to have a one-on-one with the keeper.
Well, that's a big thing. You also don't know. Ames has not had to deal with having a goal scored on them all year. So how do they react? How do they respond if the Bobcats are able to tie this one up?
Armando Estrada trying to fight for that one. Armando with a couple of goals on the season so far. When you have 20 goals in 6 games, it's hard to go down the line and find a bunch of guys who are out there on the pitch that haven't scored a goal this year. Ari Herrera too hard on that one, trying to team up with Mishek. Luis Monge also in the vicinity, but a throw-in for Ames. Assistant referees marking that a throw-in. Ames was maybe lobbying for a goal kick. Mishek, header back towards center. Can the Bobcats get something in the attacking half here? Fabian Segovia back to the back line to Edgar Moraz. Rafa Ortiz. Just one touch and back to Ames.
Yeah, going up the sideline every single time. That first passes up the sideline, and the defense is nowhere to be found.
Zambrano catches back up, and the shot is off the mark. Luckily, Zambrano getting Ames a little bit off right there for that shot because it sails wide. And a goal kick to come.
And you look at it right away, it really is defensively. They have had no turnaround for Ames. Is that simple pass up the sideline, and that defense, Bobcat defense, just breaks down.
Connor Bell checking out.
I think he's actually going to be checking in.
Oh, he is checking back in.
Along with Zambrano.
Luis Monge, a header up to Rafa Ortiz, but can't quite get enough on it. Ari Herrera wins it back momentarily. Galt will measure things up. Segovia comes up with the loose ball. Up to Rafa Ortiz. Boy, that defense is quick. Catching back up was Evan Moon.
You're right on the money with that. Is this defense is attacking all 120 yards. They're right up in the Bobcats kit for sure.
Andre Zambrano, Carter Bell back into our match. Look at you, Kit.
Hey, I'm
been
here for
freshening up on your Ted Lasso episodes, haven't you?
I'm doing the best that I can. I'm coming correct.
Luis Monge, a crosser, but it is deflected, and this will be the first corner of the night for the Bobcats. Andre Zambrano looks to take the corner for the Bobcats.
You don't put on the headphone lightly. You invest time.
Andre Zambrano looking for maybe his third assist of the season. He'll send a ball into the box. And too high, as Luis Monge did get a piece of that, but couldn't put that one in the back of the net. As we count under 35 minutes, or over, however you look at it. I don't know. We count down in our halves.
Yeah.
It would not be that hard to press the button to make the clock go the other way, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
that's how the state of Iowa rules.
I guess we're too good for the global soccer rules.
we make our own here in Iowa. That's right. We're going to Americanize the rules.
Well, that's right.
Bell has it deflected away. And, penalty there. Segovia will take the quick kick, and our Head referee will slow things down.
You sound like a 7th grade dance DJ.
We're going to slow things down.
We're going to slow things down here. I feel some Boys to Men bumping in the background, sweaty hands. Will they, won't they type energy. Yes.
A deeper throw in the attacking third. Yeah, just a slight bump on the side, but the Bobcats will take it right there. Carter Bell, a good throw in, and I believe he might have been over the line on the touch line. Maybe I think they're actually saying his form.
It was an improper throw.
Improper throw, so he's on it.
Let's look at here. See, did it crank over?
Oh, yeah, his side. He came from the side a little bit there. So, a minor technicality. Back to Ames. He's earning that paycheck, I'll tell you.
Yes, he is.
Out there moving. Mishek tracking. Oh, a good win back. Ordaz. Luis Munghay. Zimbrano. Back to Segovia. Now to Bell. And too hard for Rafa Ortiz. That one was just a heater for Rafa.
Yeah. I've been really impressed with how quickly Ames can flip it and get into attack mode and get good shots. So far, Nunez has been incredible in the box for the Bobcats.
Bell whiffs. Crosser. Uh-oh, this is trouble. And the Bobcats will clear, luckily. But Bell on that missed touch, and then the Cyclones were able to get it near the penalty arc. Luis Munghay up to Zimbrano. And a Mishek. And a penalty. That'll be coming in on Taintor. And a free kick to come.
Yeah, 39 minutes. What can the Bobcats do in this final minute?
Well, they scored a late goal to make things interesting with Roosevelt's a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a little hip check.
Yeah, just kind of cutting him under there. Ball ahead. Sigurdsson will clear. Zimbrano finds Carter Bell. Ari Herrera. A slight touch right there. Was not able to get enough on it. Our final seconds counting down in this first half. Carter Bell back to Segovia. Can late magic happen for the Cardiac Cats? Along the wing to Herrera. And off the back of the boot. And a throw in to come. And that will most likely do it for our first half. As Evan Moon at the 21st minute, the difference in this first half. And both teams will head to the locker room in a tight battle, 1-0. Ames leading it. Your initial thought after this first 40 minutes, Dylan?
Thought the first 5 or 6 minutes, the pressure the Bobcats put on was great. They missed their golden opportunity, and beyond that, Ames has been able to turn it into offense a lot. Bobcats have got to find a way to keep it in that front half attack and get a goal for the first time against the Ames Little Cyclones this year.
Luis Munghay almost had, like you alluded to, that one shining moment here tonight.
It was right there. It had been a miss, a bobble by the keeper, and Luis was right there. If he could have just driven it in, it was wide open net.
Well, Scott Johannes and the Marshalltown Bobcats head to the locker room, trailing 1-0 at halftime. Highlights in our Cat Connection ahead with Aaron Ordaz Zimbrano. This is Match Day on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
The Halftime Report, presented by Scouting America. Adventure on.
Welcome into our Scouting America halftime on match day. Ames leading 1-0 here at Leonard Cole Field. I'm Brandon Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on those upcoming game notifications. And don't miss anything with those alerts. Well, time for our highlights in that first half. The first 5-10 minutes or so here tonight, the Bobcats really did a nice job in the attacking third to make some noise. Bobcats had a really good opportunity here early on here. The keeper came out to try to make the save, and Delisi, Luis Monge just turned around and couldn't get under on top of that one as he got underneath of it and sailed it too high over the goal. But it was the best look that the Bobcats have had here tonight, and the Bobcats could not get on the board. But in the 21st minute, on a free kick, Ames struck for the lead. Ethan Sigurdsson faked like he was going to take the free kick. That threw Rafa Ortiz off, and it allowed a goal to get in and sneak past Nunez on a hard deflection. And Evan Moon with his first goal of the season, but his third goal in the last 2 years against Marshalltown. He scored 2 a year ago in this game against Marshalltown, as that was an 8-0 victory a year ago. But this one much tighter, as the Bobcats have really turned the corner coming into this one. Game has been very physical here tonight. We have had a yellow card. Isaac Chevarria did pick up a penalty earlier in this one, but Zambrano picked up a penalty. Ames has also had some physicality, but both teams going a mano here tonight. Jonathan Nunez has made 2 really superb saves here tonight that really stand out in our first half, as the junior nearly keeping a clean sheet outside of that Evan Moon goal. But here's a play where he had to come out and cut off Kuva as Kuva tried to go to the backside post, but he cut that off and made a beautiful save to keep this one at just 1-0. Here was a late crosser and tipped it away. And a nice save by Jonathan Nunez, the junior goalkeeper for the Marshalltown Bobcats. It is 1-0 Ames on top of Marshalltown in the Highway 30 rivalry. Our Cat Connection with Aaron Ordaz Zambrano. The junior midfielder is next when we come back right here on Match Day on KFJB-TV.
When my kids come home from camp, they're so excited. They go on and on about all the activities they got to do.
My son loves to go fishing,
Cooking, photography, kayaking,
zip line, archery,
robotics, camping, oceanography,
swimming,
and radio.
He's got so many fun stories that he would share that we just wouldn't have otherwise.
Being involved in scouting, my boys have made lifelong friendships.
I would recommend putting your kids in scouting. It's a great way for them to learn skills while having fun.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
The Cat Connection, sponsored by State Farm, mtownproud.com.
We are here with Aaron Ordaz-Zambrano, as he is one of the big midfielders for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Talk to me a little bit about that center attacking midfielder spot that you play. I mean, going into a game when you look at the opponent, hey, I might have a chance to score a couple goals, or this is a game where I'm going to be really looking to set up your teammates. How does that kind of work each and every game as you go into it?
Yeah, over the years I've been playing kind of defensive, so like this past 2 years I've been trying to let myself loosen up a bit and find the space in between the lines and help my team out.
Yeah. What is that like when you go from the defensive side to more of the forward or striker positions?
I mean, I think it's better because there's less pressure to defend than to score goals. Yeah.
All right, so you play with your younger brother, Andres. What's that like, seeing him out there?
Yeah, it's really fun, I've been playing with him and my teammates for as long as I can remember, and having there with me is I'm pushing him and he's pushing me, so we're overall getting better together.
Yeah, and your brother Ronaldo is on the coaching staff too, right?
Yeah. And that's something I've been used to, He's trained me since a young age as well, so it's nothing new.
Yeah. Coach was telling me that you were actually down in Mexico doing some tryouts and some training down there in the off season. So what was that experience like for you to kind of help your game?
Yeah, there was a lot of opportunities over there. I could have stayed and played with the team over there. I had some offers, but I just decided to come back and play this 1 year with the high school, and maybe next year stay over there.
Yeah. So leading goal scorer a year ago, what do you think made you so effective at scoring here at Marshalltown High School?
Just finding the space behind the forward and sometimes even behind like the wingers, just finding the space, because I'm in between the lines and the strikers are pulling their defenders, so I have some space to roam sometimes.
What do you like better? You like playing on grass, or you like the turf here at Marshalltown High School?
I haven't played on a grass field this season, but the turf is good. I like it.
It seems like you guys are pretty fast out there on that turf. I mean, this is a team that brings back a lot and very fast. Is that kind of the game plan, is to wear those other teams down? Yeah,
last year we were a fast team, but I feel like this year, we've upped our physicality and our conditioning as well, so we're ultimately faster this year.
Yeah, that is for sure. Visiting with Aaron Ordaz-Zambrano here on our Cat Connection. Last question for you. How long have you been playing soccer? I know it's a big passion for you. What age did you start, or was it right as soon as they gave you a ball?
I don't really remember, but maybe like around age 4, maybe.
Okay.
Like locally and all that, but who knows? I don't know. I have to ask my parents about that.
Hey, we wish you best of luck rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. That is Aaron Ordaz-Zambrano with our Cat Connection right here on KFJB-TV.
At Tyler Pishong State Farm, we are M-Town proud.
For us, M-Town proud is about having absolute pride in the place that we live and work. The people in this community represent everything that I believe in and everything I want to instill in my children.
Hardworking,
diverse, genuine,
kind, and passionate.
A blue-collar town that has shown countless times we can depend on each other.
We'd love to talk to you about what makes you
M-Town proud.
We have switched halves, and the Marshalltown Bobcats looking to work their way back from a 1-0 deficit as we begin the second half. And Ames looking for a quick attack to begin the second half of play.
Deep into the zone, Evan Moon. He has been active tonight as well. Not only offensively with that lone goal, but defensively, he's come from nowhere to win back balls.
Yeah, and that's what Ames has done so well is just they're flying around the field there from the defensive side so quickly transitioning into offense. It seems you get a 35, 40-yard pass up the sideline, and they're off to the races.
Corner kick to come. Ball hanging around in the box, and Zambrano will clear it. After that, Moon's shot was deflected. Sigurdsson heads it right to Joel Ortiz, and it rolls out on the touchline. Quick throw into Zambrano. Tied up, one back by Ames.
Back four for the Bobcats have been so good defensively, being able to wipe away any real mistake, but just tons of pressure by the Ames Little Cyclones.
Here's trouble. Onside, Rafa Ortiz. Can he track it? No, he cannot. Beating him out is Galtz, and Galtz saves it on the touchline. Wow, that was quick speed by Galtz.
Their spacing, there's just so much balance by this Ames Little Cyclones team.
Nunez. And it's not that the Marshalltown Bobcats is bad, but it's just like you can see the way that they're able to find their passing lanes and open that up and create. That's just a sign of a team that knows each other really well.
And good athletes as well.
Yeah.
They've got speed on the outside for sure.
Well, these are two communities that both have a lot of pride in their youth development of soccer.
Yeah, both have really, really good programs. And Ames it's why they've had so much success regardless of if it's CIML talent, Alliance talent, or whatever.
Zambrano to the back line here to reset things. A little bit of a trouble ball right there. They'll come back to the near side to Gomez.
He learned his lesson.
That is for sure. Joel Ortiz wins a throw-in.
He also wins Eminem lookalike with that wonderful platinum blonde hair.
Yeah, I like it because Joel Ortiz, as well as Johan Gomez, kind of stick out for me, so it's easy to recognize the players. It's nice when you don't have to rely just on the number.
That's right. Especially in soccer, the numbers aren't super large on the front, and they're always
This is probably our best uniform
turning.
combination.
Yes.
Because I remember when Roosevelt was here a couple of weeks ago, it was the shiny uniforms offside by Ames, and a free kick to come for the Bobcats. Their numbers were definitely hard to see, but
they're probably both on the football side. But probably the worst ever is North.
Yeah.
It was
Des Moines North, the dark green on the black.
Yes. You could not tell what was what. If you get that cool Kelly green that North has, those would have looked sick. But they went with the forest green, and we could not see the trees through the forest.
They should have done hot pink because that's kind of their alternate color.
Yep.
At least that would stand out on a black uniform.
Yes, it would. That it's also I'm going to give you your second WrestleMania reference. That's a Bret the Hitman Hart look, and from back in the day, the black and the hot pink.
Well, out on the goal line, so Sigurdsson will take the corner kick. Line drive. Carter Bell initially heads it out. Zambrano clears it out to his younger brother.
Carter's had a couple nice clear outs here in this second half.
Yohan Gomez to throw in ahead. Slips through to Joel Ortiz. Carter Bell getting this one to Rafa Ortiz. Now to Luis Monghay. Can he settle it? He will. Slips past the defender. To Zambrano. Oh. Rafa Ortiz in the box. Couldn't get there quite in time. Carter Bell will take a shot, and that's off the side of the right foot.
Yeah, it just seems just a little bit of that with Rafa, just the size of Ames bumps him off his spot there a little bit because he was in position.
This is a troubling ball ahead. Kuva. Oh, a good nifty move back towards center. Boy, slipping was Jamison Lynch, the freshman, looking for his second goal this season, and now Ames well off the mark.
Yeah, they are amped here tonight for the rivalry, adding about 15 yards to each. My goodness.
Should be taking some of these shots from midfield. Segovia is into the match as he will replace Andres Ordaz Zambrano.
He put that for him on a platter, and he just could not get to it.
Why did we not see Sigurdsson as the field goal kicker for Ames?
That I do not know, because they could have used it.
Yeah. To the edge of the box, to Viatori. Yohan Gomez can't clear.
Yeah, that was a flop. That was a good no call right there.
Well, they know contact in Ireland, Dylan.
That's right. That's right. If there's no shillelagh involved, it's no foul.
Yeah, Segovia back into the match, replacing Andres Zambrano, who is all over the pitch here tonight. But also, Segovia brings a little bit more size, especially if you're looking at a physicality matchup here.
My goodness.
Ooh, a late scramble back to Nunez in goal. Shot will come, deflected. And a good defensive play by Jesus Ordaz. Out of the goal line, a corner will come, but great job by the defense to fall back and get in position and help out the keeper, Nunez, who almost misplayed that.
Nunez kind of got in no man's land. If he wanted to go out and get it, and once he found out he wouldn't get there in time, Ordaz able to do it. But, man alive, Ames probably a dozen of those 30, 40-yard passes up the sideline that immediately gets them into shot on goal mindset.
Sigurdsson to take the corner kick.
Nunez okay.
Carter Bell having a little bit of a chat with Zachary Kuva. And our head referee.
I don't know if
Nunez kind of tweaked the ankle a couple of weeks ago at Newton. That one, a bender on the corner kick. Bobcats trying to clear, and a hold and a penalty on Ames. It'll be a free kick for Marshalltown.
Yeah, good to see Nunez is all right. Yeah, you saw him kind of stretching out that ankle a little bit. I think it goes without saying he's been a real bright spot here tonight. See, yeah, the hold just there on the arm. If that's a hook and hold in college basketball, that would have been two shots on the ball.
I think we should have got two penalty kicks right there.
Yep.
Hey, we've changed all the other rules
right.
and Americanized them, so why can't we change that?
I say I'm all for it.
Stevens ahead to Sigurdsson. Along the wing. Sigurdsson nearly turned it over. Meyer will find Sigurdsson again. Gomez. Oh, through the legs of Rafa or Joel Ortiz. Wow, a heater off the right foot of Sigurdsson. And Nunez was in position to make the save.
Yeah, that was a scorcher. Nunez played it perfectly.
Segovia deflects on the touchline, a throw-in for the little Cyclones. substitutions into the match. Aiden Bell is back in. Ari Herrera as well into our match. Joel Ortiz will check out as Edgar Moraz also heads to the bench.
Nunez, 84% save percentage on the year. He's got, I don't have the stat in front of me. He's probably saved at least 9 balls here tonight. Just a really quality keeper.
Yeah. The AR awards a throw-in for the Bobcats. Bobcats looking for just one slight misplay, right? You know, just one to go your way. And Ari Herrera and Carter Bell not on the same page. A throw-in for Ames.
It feels that first 5 or 6 minutes, Bobcats passing was really crisp. Everything was on the money. It feels like we've come out in this second half and everything just seems to be slightly off offensively, a little bit clunky.
Mishek trying to catch up, and he will send it out and clear. A throw-in to come. So over 50 minutes gone in our match here tonight. Still 1-0 Ames. I know you don't probably as a player want moral victories, but again, a year ago this was an 8-0 game. This is a Bobcat team who wins possession back here that is taking a big step forward this year.
They definitely are, and these are things where you're looking at, you're making these huge strides, but one of these games just, you've got to get on the right side of it. You've got to be able to get in the win column. But you look at this Ames team, Game 1, 1-0 against Valley. Game 2, 1-0 against Johnston. Then they take out Mason City 3-0, take out Fort Dodge 10-0, and then North 4-0. This is a very talented team.
Luis Monghay, the penalty and a free kick. All deflected by Zambrano and quickly won by Ames. They look to counter. Carter Bell keeping things alive, but a throw in.
Oh, man.
Carter Bell, that right ankle tweaked, it looked like, as he was getting up.
Yeah,
he is going to hit the turf. And we will have the trainers come out and check him out as Joel Ortiz will get ready to check back into our match. We'll step aside for the Carter Bell injury on KFJB-TV. Sandvik drills one to right field. Backing up as a right fielder over her head. Griesel's going to come home, and that will get the Bobcats on the board again.
You're home for the Bobcats. KFJB-TV, streaming all year on YouTube.
Joel Ortiz onto the pitch to replace Carter Bell, who comes over to the sideline and will be checked out with that ankle injury. Loose ball got all the way back to the keeper in DeLisi, but Bobcats now trying to send something in, but deflected out. Mishek got a foot on it. Enough to slow it down over to his teammate in Ordaz. Good pass by Mishek, finding Segovia. Joel Ortiz trying to come near side. Bell heads it ahead. Zambrano, ball slips through past Segovia.
It does. The Bobcats cannot string a couple passes together. It feels like it's one and done offensively.
Ames probably the best this year that I've seen somebody cut down those passing lanes. You know, they're just... Oh, here's a ball to Zambrano. Can he get a foot on it? No! Deflected. Ari Herrera there. Cannot get an opportunity A throw-in to come as Ames clears it, but Zambrano just in the nick of the time. DeLisi able to make the save and hold the clean sheet for Ames.
That was incredibly close. It was a great job by DeLisi, but man alive, that was almost gift number 2.
On the edge of the box, a penalty. That'll be against Luis Monge. And the free kick will come on the edge of the box.
Right there, my goodness. Just right there.
Yeah. Well, a couple of close calls tonight for the Cats on the attacking end. But still shut out here tonight on their home turf at Leonard Cole Field. Zambrano up to Luis Monge. He will not let anybody beat him out. Ari Herrera. Can he keep it in the attacking half? Segovia ahead. Sends a low-line drive. And Ames will clear. Segovia. A little pop-up to Ari Herrera. Ames will scramble. But Johan Gomez wins possession back out on Ames. A throw-in to come deep in the attacking third.
That was a great job by Johan Gomez.
So Zambrano going to move over and take the throw-in here. Joel Ortiz is no one by him, and unfortunate sign, looks like Luis Monge is cramping here as well, stretching out. Looks to be maybe that left leg. Yeah. He's dealt with leg injuries in the past. Hopefully he is all right. It looks to be moving okay. Much better than Carter Bell a moment ago.
Yeah, and I didn't really see what happened to Luis. It seemed basically like cramps. He was down stretching.
A throw in into the box. Ames trying to clear, and they finally will. Kuva ahead for Lynch. And off the mark. Back to Nunez in goal.
See if the Bobcats can get anything sustained in the attacking half here.
Trying to go back to Zambrano, but the pass was cut off. Good slide tackle by Joel Ortiz. Here comes Moon on the wing. Oh, a ball slips through. What a huge save for Nunez!
He's been incredible. And that is not hyperbole. My goodness. That had net written all over it, and Nunez came up and took away the angle and knocked it away.
Zambrano clears it out of the box. But Moon comes back up with it, rips off a shot off the mark.
My goodness, that was a spectacular save.
It was. As we take a look at the replay here. Wow, what a play there. Looked like Kuva had a goal all the way. It would have been his 8th goal of the season. But Nunez denies him that opportunity. Rafa Ortiz strong on the header as he was looking for Zambrano.
Yeah, pushing the back there.
Push by Kuva. Taking a look again at that save, an alternate angle. Nunez, he's been special. If we had our player of the game here tonight, he would have his name all over it. He has been exceptional in goal.
Yeah, it's been spectacular to see.
Zambrano settles it. Again, a pass cut off. Segovia will pick up a penalty, and a free kick will come across midfield.
3/4 through this one, halfway through the second period. Bobcats really led by Nunez, only giving up one goal with at least 5 or 6 spectacular saves. Great job there by Joel Ortiz.
Yeah, cutting off Kuva. Kuva sends a crosser in. It's headed out.
Nifty footwork there.
Yeah, the freshman Mishek has definitely showed why he deserves to be out there with the starters. Mishek also a good golfer.
Is he?
Yeah. That one out on the goal line, and a corner kick to come for Ames. Yeah, he was part of our golf along with the boys team. Pretty good golfer.
I would. I love watching different things like that where you get to be able to be out with the teams. You do a nice job on those broadcasts or on those packages there.
Edgar Mraz is back into our match. He will replace Jesus Ordaz. We'll be having another golf along with the girls team. That one will premiere next month. In the box, and I believe there was a push to get a little bit of leverage there for the header, and so a free kick to come here for the Bobcats.
At the Urbandale track meet last night, Jackson Hinkle was out. I was by the concession stand, and he just yelled and pointed, KFJB-TV, and I was like, oh, Jackson. And then that was right before Throwers 4x1, which is always the best. And I'll tell you, Nacho Macias can run. Built low to the ground, but he can go.
Very strong, too.
Yes. Bobcats Throwers got second in the 4x1.
Zambrano. Oh. Passing lane cut off by Owen Meyer. I would imagine at times almost tough to sense the pressure because Ames has been everywhere.
Yeah.
Moon trying to put a nifty move on Johan Gomez. And that one out, a goal kick.
The lone goal came on that trick play on the free kick there, where they kind of deked with the second person coming through, and Moon getting that goal right there. But beyond that, it's been nothing on both sides, clean on both sides.
I'm not sure what that celebration was by Moon.
He was trying to endear himself, I guess. Our producer, Zach Tomer, says it was an Irish jig.
Okay. Well, in honor of our head of referee,
Right.
I believe he spent a couple of summers in Ireland. Oh, Segovia with a little bump. And that's going to be a deep free kick to come for Ames.
From about 24, 25 yards out.
The referee will have none of what Segovia is saying.
See it here. Yeah.
I've seen worse, Dylan.
Yeah. You've done worse, just bringing up the equipment before the game.
Well, Sigurdsson with 5 goals on the season, he has an opportunity 26 yards out from goal. Bobcats will line up.
He's put a couple lasers on goal here tonight.
That one off the mark. He was trying to go to the near side. There was the penalty, which led to the free kick, but it was off the mark. Segovia, the senior this year at midfield for the Bobcats. Well officiated match here tonight.
Yeah, it's very consistent.
Yes.
And I can't even think of any missed calls we're seeing. He has very good eyesight and has control of this game for sure.
Yeah, Zambrano with a little bump there, but our head referee was giving a play on indication. Crosser into the box, and Johan Gomez is there to clear. Ari Herrera can't quite get that one out of there. And now Johan Gomez will boot it.
Bobcats have been really good defensively, but absolutely nothing happening outside of a couple opportunities in Ames goal box area. But beyond that, it's been a whole lot of defense by the Bobcats.
Yeah. Trouble, but Johan Gomez shuts it down. Ball back towards center, and this one to the other edge of the penalty box. And the Bobcats will finally clear.
One of the issues on the clear is that the Bobcats have had to pack so many back in the back third that they don't have much outlet. They only have a couple guys out there for an outlet, not able to get any momentum.
Handball on Ames and a free kick. This will allow the midfielders and forwards to push ahead here on the free kick. So Bobcats look to get something into it here. This one booted into the attacking half. Ari Herrera on the near side, and that's going to be a free kick for Ames. Ari's side of the arm of Ari Herrera.
Ari's game just seems to be like he's just slightly off all game.
This one booted ahead and be kept in play near that touchline. Zambrano has been having to play as Ames all over him. A free kick, a quick kick to come. Joel Ortiz. And the pass off the mark to Ari Herrera.
And you said that earlier, is like they cut down passing lanes so insanely quickly.
Segovia, good win back. Thought there was going to be a penalty. There's a play on here. It will be. No, the head referee, as the AAR was waving his flag for the indication of potentially a penalty. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats. I believe, no, they're going to rule this Ames.
Yeah, there's a lot of physicality, yeah. And that has to be on Herrera.
Well, our head referee settling things again.
Yeah, it's you see, it just kind of came right in the shove. It wasn't as egregious as maybe the flop made it look.
And a penalty. A yellow card is going to be ruled on Aaron Zambrano. He will be sent off. And so he will be out. And a key situation here as we are getting down to our final 10 minutes in our match. The second yellow card of the Bobcats. Isaac Chavarria picked up a yellow earlier tonight.
It feels like there's a little bit of frustration, desperation mix by the Bobcats.
Yes.
Where you see that clock ticking, and you haven't had a lot of opportunities to score.
Header Nunez is there with a clean save. Well, you've got to find that right mix because you know if you misstep or have too many men out of position, you need somebody there for the counterattack because Ames can make you pay.
And they've just been very, very sound here tonight.
Bell to Bell. Ooh, that was a slide tackle that caught Ari Herrera. A throw in to come. And substitutions will be allowed. Johan Gomez, Kevin Mishek, Rafa Ortiz back into our match.
And Luis Monge is going to come in as well.
Number 23, Luis Monge.
Segovia gets the throw in. Ames just kicking into the attacking half here, as I almost feel like a little bit of that is wasting those minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost slipped to Joel Ortiz. Rafa Ortiz will take a quick throw in. Finds Carter Bell back towards goal. Missing on the header. Luis Monge was trying, but Bobcats had good effort right there.
Yeah, Luis, look. Oh, my goodness.
That is definitely a hard push from behind by Keenan Taintor. And we'll see if our official rules, the yellow card here, that was definitely one of our harder pushes from behind. There is going to be no yellow card issued, but a free kick to come as Johan Gomez will take it.
That was much more it seemed to be much more physical. Or
in real time, yes.
Yeah.
Segovia. Oh, and a late handball ruled and a free kick. There's a little bit of a delay there, but ended up probably being the right call.
Yeah. 9.5 to go.
Yeah, 70 minutes through our match. Almost 50 minutes ago now since our lone goal, Dylan.
Yeah,
still action-packed, though, tonight.
Yeah, it's been a really tense matchup. It seems like you're just a breath away from something happening.
Sigurdsson. And that one out on the goal line. It will be a goal kick.
Yeah, Bobcats coming back in with Jesus Ordaz.
And number 10, Aaron Ordaz-Zambrano. Substitution for the Little Cyclones, number 10, Zachary Kubo.
Nunez trying to find Zambrano. Can't. Slips through to the back line. The Bobcats will opt for the clear.
I've been incredibly impressed. I know we've mentioned it quite a few times, but the way how quickly they get it to the strikers to get ready to go on the attack mode is really impressive.
Last year, this team lost to Dowling in the 4A3 championship 5-0. Bobcats actually only lost 3-0 to Dowling last year.
Yeah, well, you look at the teams like that have been in this with Ames so far. It's Valley and it's Johnston both losing 1-0, and that's the score we find ourselves with here today.
Yeah, and Johnston, they were the champions a year ago, so.
That's 7 minutes left to go in here. Get a great view of Nunez.
Nunez up to midfield. Zambrano, a slight push there on the hip. Bobcats giving all their effort tonight.
And our head official is letting it know we're going to stop. Like, I think there's some John down there happening. He's very demonstratively saying, yeah, we're done with this.
Carter Bell. Oh, that one right into Luis Monge. Sent all the way back to the keeper in Delisi. His defensive line has not made him have to work a whole lot here tonight.
or this year.
Yeah.
It's they average giving up 2 shots on goal a game.
Not sure if that was deflected. It was, says the AR on the near side, so a throw-in for the Marshalltown Bobcats.
Bobcats have almost 60 shots on goal this year coming into this match. They've only been able to get 2 or 3 so far here tonight. And then an unforced error on the throw-in.
Moon will throw it in for Ames.
Ordaz with nice block there.
Benba got it to Kuva, and Kuva will watch his Moon will move up to take the throw in. And a yellow card. Our head referee is moving Kuva to the bench on the yellow. And that was, the head referee had enough. He said, you come here. And he's giving the motion of too much talking going on. And there had already been, like you mentioned earlier, a little bit of a warning to all the players.
What I like because we don't have any speakers.
And Moon is being warned here, and I thought maybe we were going to see a flash of the yellow card on Moon as well.
Since the officials aren't mic'd, at least this gentleman is so demonstrative that you and I know what's going on. He's giving us hand signals. He's giving us all that we need to know.
Well, demonstrative sounds a little negative. I would say he is very stern.
Well, that sounds worse than demonstrative. I would say animated. Is animated okay? We'll say Zach Tomish gave me the thumb up.
What's worse, demonstrative or
demonstrative, not
stern?
Monstrative.
Stern is worse? Okay.
Yes. Stern is way worse.
I like stern, though. Anytime we have a match, this guy is welcome back to be our referee. That is for sure.
This is a really solid crew, and we know what they're talking about.
Well, we are over the 75th minute. Just one play, Dylan. Just one. That's all we need.
And the Bobcats have had a couple of those opportunities with slight mistakes by Ames, giving opportunities that they haven't been able to maximize.
And if you're wondering, no, there is not overtime this year, so it could, if the Bobcats were able to find a lucky break and get a goal late, there could be a draw, which would be kind of a win in this situation for the Bobcats. Bell misses. 4 defenders fall back.
Yeah.
And Zambrano trying to work his way around. Lynch will pick up a penalty.
And he was within about 18 inches of the head official. He was not getting away with that.
Moon slips past Ralph Ortiz, but can't get past Zambrano. Oh, and Zambrano picked off from behind.
You cannot dance with the soccer ball too long. Ames flows so well defensively.
Kind of brushed his hair knowing, should have felt that one a little bit more. Bell keeps it in play. Ralph Ortiz finds Luis Monge. Zambrano underneath his feet. Ooh, and picked off. And that one sailed way out of play. Carter Bell, though, gets the ball quickly. Dancing around, finds Zambrano.
You see Kuva's going to come back into this at the next stoppage.
Oh, that's a handball. That should be a free kick, and it will be. We're down to 2 minutes to play. Everybody in the box being told by Scott Johannes, everybody's being urged. This is the final push. Pull the goalie, right, Dylan?
That's right.
Here's the kick by Ordaz. Way ahead. This one's high, and coming out is DeLisi.
Great job by DeLisi.
Wow. Well, the Bobcats did a good job right there, but that one just a good save by DeLisi.
It just feels this Bobcat team is just
on the brink.
Precipice. Yes, they're just right there.
Kick down, a throw in to come as we are nearing a minute. The final push. Ames just kicking it anywhere they can and sailing it. Nunez way out of the goal. He'll settle it down. He'll look way ahead. And he's looking for Rafa Ortiz, but comes up short. Rafa Ortiz, a play on. Here's Zambrano to Joel Ortiz. They got to get something going. Joel Ortiz back to Aaron Zambrano. Zambrano on the top of the penalty arc. Kicked out of there. Bell, believe that one's deflected. Moon sends it into the stands.
Got 35 seconds left in this one.
There is no stoppage time, so once the clock is out, that's it. Bell loads up, throws it into the box. Zambrano heads it. And a penalty.
Oh.
And a free kick for Ames.
I think that's going to do it.
Ames will take their time.
10, 9, 8.
And that one will be sailed way ahead
4,
and out of play.
2,
and we will end in a 1-0 match. A year ago, the Bobcats defeated big. 8 goals for Ames a year ago. 1 tonight. It is a 1-0 loss, and that is now 4 consecutive losses for the Marshalltown Bobcats by the difference of 1 goal.
I think this is where the real coaching piece of Scott Johansson. When you know your team is right there, how do you keep them motivated when they haven't seen it executed in the win column?
Well, you can see this team was hungry here tonight. Yeah. And hanging in there in the Highway 30 rivalry, a little bit of late noise, but the Bobcats could not find the back of the net.
And Nunez was so spectacular for the Bobcats in the net. As the keeper, he gave them numerous opportunities and mulligans to be able to try to get back into this, but they just could not get that sustained offensive pressure on the Little Cyclones.
Well, Ryan McGowan and his Ames Little Cyclones moved to 6-0 on the season. They're now 3-0 in the Iowa Alliance. The Bobcats suffer their first Iowa Alliance Conference loss here tonight as they fall to 3-4. Let's run over our highlights, though, here tonight. Just 1 goal to tell you about, and it was Evan Moon in the 21st minute. A little deke play it looked like Sigurdsson was going to take it, but no, Moon comes up with it. It's his first goal of the season, but 3 goals in the last 2 years against the Bobcats.
Yeah, there's something about the M that he likes, I guess. I don't know. It's just a tough one for your Cats.
What a phenomenal match, though, here tonight. Bobcats really did a superb job defensively. Jonathan Nunez, like you mentioned, his saves here tonight were huge, especially this one in the second half. That was one of the hard balls sent in. He had one later, deeper. I believe it was about 15 minutes left in this match. He made this incredible save right here, which he prevented a goal by Zachary Kuva, who leads Ames with 7 goals on the season. Take another look at that one, but Jonathan Nunez, definitely our man of the match here tonight with the way he played in goal. That defensive line really helped him a lot out there, too. I thought Jesus Ordaz did a nice job in the center of that defensive line to cut down some of those opportunities.
Yeah, I thought the back four was very, very good for the Bobcats, and you always love when your keeper attacks the ball, doesn't allow the ball to attack him, and it's a tough one. We talked about it earlier, is man alive. We were so close. Is there a thing as, those wins, even if you don't win in the score column, can you have a moral victory in it?
Yeah.
And tonight, you don't want to take a moral victory, but you do want to show, hey, we have growth. We've definitely got better.
Well, last year's defending champions, Johnston, lost 1-0 to this Ames team. The Bobcats lose 1-0. I think that definitely speaks to their level of caliber of play this year. Aaron Ordaz Zambrano had a close call. here tonight in the second half. Right there, the keeper came out. DeLisi made a tremendous slide and a save. That was pretty much their only big opportunity here in the second half. In the first half, Bobcats had one opportunity by Luis Monge, which was over goal. But, that Zambrano one in the second half, that was that shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, you thought, and it was such a great play by DeLisi. It was about an eighth of a second from a great play to a disastrous play, but he had the timing down, made a great jump on the ball, and was able to squash the Bobcat opportunity.
As we take another look, as this was kind of the final moments, the last push with 2 minutes left, the Bobcats had that long free kick by Jesus Ordaz, and DeLisi didn't have a lot of pressure on him tonight, but when he did, he came up, and he now has 6 clean sheets on the season.
It's spectacular, and just the amount of shots on goal are so few that is a team award. A lot of times people say, it's a team game. Defensively for Ames, spectacular, from breaking down passing lanes all the way to just keeping any momentum at bay.
Well, the final 1-0 here tonight. Great to have you along for our match day coverage. We appreciate it. Our next match day is coming up on Tuesday night, as the Marshalltown Bobcats will be, or is that Thursday? The 24th is Thursday.
Yes, it is.
It'll be next Thursday. Marshalltown will take on Waterloo West in girls soccer, as we say hello to you watching at home.
And I'll be at Epcot next Thursday. I will be in Orlando.
All right. Well, our next boys match is, coming up near the end of the month with a really good match on the road at Ankeny, where they have Trevor Fuccio, a former Marshalltown Bobcat himself, as the head coach at Ankeny.
Well, that Ankeny team is, you're always going to be talented. You're always going to be good. But I think this is a talented, good Bobcats team. See if they can get one on the road.
That would be a big match to get on the road. That is coming up later this month. We look forward to having you along for that one. For our KFJB-TV crew here tonight, thanks so much to our producer, Zach Tomish, Joe Cornwell, Keith Stewart on camera work with exceptional coverage as always. For Dylan Does, I'm Brandon Lewis. 1-0 Bobcats fall in the Highway 30 rivalry in an exceptional match here tonight at Leonard Cole Field. You have been watching Marshalltown Bobcats soccer on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.